There are many common methods of making Chinese cold dishes. Prior to this, we mentioned that there are braising, boiling, jellying, spicing, as well as quick heating, pickling, smoking, and curing. So, is there a way to make the dish both simple and delicious? The answer is obvious. That is one of the most commonly used techniques when making cold dishes: dressing. So, what's the dressing method of uncooked and cold dishes? Generally speaking, the dressing method of uncooked and cold food is to cut raw materials or clinkers into small dices, shreds, strips, slices, and other shapes through knife skills. Then add various condiments and mix them evenly before eating directly. Moreover, because of the texture of the finished products required by the mixed vegetables should be crisp and tender, and the selection of raw material is usually fresh and crisp, such as carrots, cucumbers, lettuce, and celery. Next, we will introduce the classic dish of the mixing method, shredded mix. When it comes to mixed shred, especially in summer, it's the most common appetizer on the table of Chinese people. It can be described as colored, fragrant, and tasty, and it's passed from generation to generation and loved even by women and children. Today, we are going to learn the specific method of cold dressing shredded mix. Step 1. Prepare the ingredients. The main ingredients are celery, bean sprouts, and carrots. The condiments are salt, MSG, and sesame oil. Step 2 of dressing shredded mix. Enter the operation process. Wash the raw materials with clean water first, and then conduct a preliminary processing on them. Remove the ends of the bean sprouts and cut the celery into long pieces, the same length as the carrot. Step 3. Blanch water. Put the cut raw material into hot pot and boil them slightly with boiling water. The action should be quick to avoid losing the crisp taste after a long time. After taking it out, stimulate it with cold water to make the taste crisper.
将切好的丝放在沸水锅中烫熟。
Put the carrot in first, then celery. Wait for the celery to turn green and put them in the bean sprout for about a minute. The raw materials we put in should be finished out after they are well cooked. Then wash them with filtered drinking water and then cool them down thoroughly. Step 4. Enter the mixing process. Put the chopped and quick heating bean sprouts, the chopped celery, and the long segment of carrot together. Add salt and sesame oil and mix them evenly. It's worth noting that the amount of dressing should be controlled. Otherwise, it will be salty and difficult to taste, which will further affect the flavor.
将我们烫好的这个三丝放入碗内。
Add a small amount of salt, MSG, sesame oil, and mix them well. Stir well with chopsticks and make it tasty. Step 5. Plate loading is the last step of making the cold dish. In the process of loading dish, It should be loaded with the characteristics of beautiful appearance, gorgeous color, and highlight the main ingredients so as to make the served shredded mix with a sense of fullness.
好，开始装盘。
Okay, start to load the plate. Pile the shredded mix we made into shape of pagoda. And stack as high as possible. Okay, put some decorations on it. The characteristics of shredded mix: refreshing and not greasy with bright colors. From ancient to modern times, whether it is a banquet, a commercial feast, or a folk meal, or in the locations such as in the hotel or at home, the rules adopted by people are that cold dishes are usually served first. In some places, dry and fresh fruit and tea are also served for guests to chat, sip tea, and taste supplementary snacks before the dinner. To be precise, China has a rich variety of cold dishes, suitable for all ages. However, among many cold dishes, the cold shred mix is a traditional homemade dish with 3 colors: red, green, and white, and 3 flavors: fresh, salty, and sour. Beyond that, it's not only simple to make shredded mix, but also convenient to select raw materials. You can freely choose the material collocations as much as you like. However, sesame oil and vinegar are essential seasonings. It can be said that this cold dish is very popular in the north and many people in the south are also like it. And it's refreshing and not greasy. It's especially suitable as an appetizer in summer. To sum up, cold shredded mix will let you experience the Chinese cuisine with a refreshing taste. That is a classic delicacy.